So what is NeoLife all about? NeoLife is the world's leading nutrition company. We have been in business for over 60 years, 63 years, in fact. Last year, we celebrated 50 years in South Africa. We were the first nutrition company to produce nutrition that was backed by independent science. So nutrition, whole food nutrition that is based in science. And as a NeoLife family, we are on a mission. Our mission is to make this world a healthier and a happier place. We believe that we can do this by empowering people to better health. We know health is your greatest wealth. And there's another challenge people are facing right now, and that is a financial challenge. And so that is what we're going to be dialing in on tonight, is how can we help you achieve better health? And if you fall in love with our products and you have great results in our products, how can you use these products to completely transform your financial future? That is what we're going to be focusing on tonight. And so I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to start off with a little bit of nutrition tonight before we transition into the business side of this presentation. And what I have in front of you here is what we call the wellness chart. We all start life in this energetic zone, and we live approximately the first 30 years of our life with energy, with health, with vitality, with energy. The next 30 years of our life, we kind of slip into this tired zone. And then for the final 30 years of our life, we are kind of expected to live in the sick zone. And I look at that and I go, no way, that's not something that I'm going to buy into. We work for 60, 50, 60 years, sometimes more of our lives to live out our golden years. And our golden years are so often spent in this sick zone. And we spend everything we accumulate trying to stay alive, or we don't have the physical capability to live the kind of life that we truly want to live. And so what I want to talk to you about tonight is there is such a thing as living life in the energetic zone. There is such a thing as dying healthy. And so we could talk about health challenges, we could talk about the sick all night, but I really want to talk about people that are in this zone, because I really believe that if we are going to achieve our mission of making this world a healthier and happier place, we're not going to do it by helping all the sick people become well again. Yes, we can. We do help a lot of sick people. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to be saying that we cure people on this call, because that wouldn't be correct. But we do help a lot of sick people. But I really believe we can all get our best bang for our buck by, for those people who are living in the tired zone, by helping them just plug those dietary gaps and get back up into this energetic zone. And if there's one message I want you to take away with you this evening, it's this: don't wait for that sledgehammer to hit you over the back of the head before you wake up and you start paying attention to your health. Prevention is better than cure every single day of the week. And so let's focus on this tired zone. And I can guarantee you 80 to 90% of the people on this call are operating in this tired zone. You're not sick, but you're not as well as you probably could be or should be. Maybe you are living life with a little bit more stress, careers, finances, family. They can be stressful things in our life. Maybe you're not eating as well as you could be. Maybe you're not getting down to the gym or not getting as active as you should be. And it's often in this time of our life, we get these little warning signs where our blood pressure starts to creep up. Our blood sugar is a little bit erratic. Our cholesterol level, all these little warning signs, but you're not sick. But these are often the precursors to what path you're on. And so I really want you to get excited about this, about living with energy, because I know this to be true, that life is better when you have energy. You can serve your family better. You're better in your career. You can serve your church, your community. Every aspect of your life is better when you are healthy and energetic. So how can we help you achieve that? So let's start off by looking at your diet. Okay, so I'm going to talk about some products in a moment, but I want you to know that as good as our products are not the miracle. Your body is the miracle. The Lord has given you an amazing body, a body that is designed to live with health, vitality, energy, a body that is designed to repair, renew, protect itself. But here's the thing with your body: you can't keep taking and taking and taking without putting anything back in. And so we really need to zone in and have a look at our healthy diet. And so So we are not saying take our products and eat junk, you're going to be okay. That's not our message. Our message is eat as well as you possibly can, but I'm going to show you why your diet is just not enough. So we all need some exercise. Then your diet should consist mainly of whole grain foods and whole grain oils, followed by fruits and vegetables, proteins, and fats and sugars should be consumed the least. Okay, that is what the human diet and food chain should look like. It's not NeoLife saying this. This is the latest nutritional science. But what has gone on in the modern day world? We've turned that upside down. We are consuming more fats and sugars and processed foods. The quality of our protein is not good anymore. We are not eating enough fruits and vegetables and whole grains, and specifically whole grain foods and whole grain oils are barely consumed. And so this is our major challenge. And I'll share a study with you that was conducted in 2019 by one of the leading health institutes in the USA. And they went on to say that a bad diet is 3 times more dangerous than smoking. Now, we know smoking is not fantastic, but a bad diet is smoking is killing about 5 million people a year. A bad diet is killing up to 15 million people every single year. So the things that we are eating are potentially 3 times more dangerous than smoking. And so this is all those diseases and the illnesses and the sicknesses that people are facing are what we call lifestyle diseases or non-communicable diseases. That means they are not contagious. That means we develop them. And if we develop them, it means we can play some sort of role in preventing these diseases and this chronic disease crisis and trend that we are going through right now. And how can we prevent it? We need to shift from that food triangle and get it the right way up, how it should be. So we got to eat right, but I just want to run through this food triangle really quickly. Whole grain foods. Sure, we're eating whole grain foods, and whole grains have been a staple of the human food chain for a long, long time. And they are very, very important to us because they give us things called lipids and sterols, which are whole grain oils. And our bodies are made up of trillions and trillions of tiny little cells. Okay, that's just an image of a cell. And at conception, a single cell splits into 2, 2 make 4, make 8, make 16. That is how a child gets from that big to that big. Our cells are constantly replicating themselves. Even in you as a fully grown adult, your cells are constantly replicating themselves. And there's a little saying that we are only as healthy as our cells, which is absolutely true. And so we eat these grain foods and they give us many different nutrients, but the key nutrient we are looking for are the whole grain oils, because these whole grain oils are absorbed into the cell membrane and they keep the cell membrane nice and soft and permeable. So when we eat food and the nutrients are transported through our blood to all the cells in our body, these nutrients can permeate into the cell. These nutrients are converted into energy and the toxins can be released. It's like a motor car, petrol in, energy, toxins out. Every one of your cells in your body functions the same way. And now your heart, your organs, your skin, your brain, that is just cells stuck together. So we need to be eating these grain foods, okay? But we have a challenge. Our grain foods, our diets are deficient in grain foods. Why? Because the food companies are milling out all these good oils from our grain foods to prolong the shelf life. So the foods need to have a longer shelf life. We're no longer living in a little community where that person farms the grain foods, that person farms the meat, that person does the dairy. We're living in this global community. And so you don't see moldy bread anymore, as an example. You don't see rancid rice anymore. Why? Because these whole grain foods are being, through modern day milling, these whole grain foods are being stripped of these good lipid and sterol oils, these good fats. Okay, so I know every single one of us on the call right now, our natural diet is most probably deficient in these grain oils. So our body says, hey, no problem. We have many other fats and oils in the modern day diet and in our body. Our modern day diet is abundant in bad fats. And so we start absorbing these bad fats into the cell membrane because we don't have the good fats. And an example of a bad fat is cook a piece of meat, not all meat, but cook a piece of meat in a pan leave that pan out overnight, what happens to that fat? That fat solidifies, it goes white and hard. It's not a good fat. It's a bad fat. And when our cells have the bad fats living in the membrane, the same thing happens. The cell membrane solidifies and the good nutrients are not effectively getting into the cell. The toxins and the wastes are not getting out of the cell, so the toxins are building up. And what happens, the first thing that happens is we stop processing nutrients efficiently, okay? We stop processing nutrients efficiently, and what happens when we do that? We start to feel a little bit tired and lethargic because we're eating food, but the nutrition is not getting into the cells, it's being eliminated straight from the body, okay? And so we can take it a step further. When the toxins are not being released from that cell, what happens? Those toxins are going to compromise the health and integrity of that cell, and that cell is going to make another sick cell. That one sick cell will make 2 sick cells. 2 sick cells will make, 2 sick cells will make 4 sick cells. 4 will make 8, and all of a sudden you might go from tired and lethargic into something a little bit more sinister. So it's very important that you keep your cells nice and healthy. So how do you do that? You do that by eating your grain foods. Go and find somebody that doesn't mill their grain foods. I challenge you, it's going to be very difficult, but if you can find somebody, use them. But I can't guarantee you the grain foods and the grain food products you're buying from your supermarket do not contain these oils. And so I recommend every single one of us starts taking this product called Tree NN. Tree NN is the world's first and only pure whole grain oil supplement on the planet. Every bottle of 120 capsules contains 58 kilograms of raw organic grain foods, where we take these grain foods and all we do is extract these good fats, these good lipid and sterile oils. So we don't use the gluten, the other parts of, we only want the good oils from these grain foods. We put them into a capsule, and every day you can take 1 or 2 of these capsules. Some people take 3, and you can just plug that dietary gap. Now, what will happen when you plug this dietary gap? The first thing that is going to happen is you're going to more than double your nutrient utilization efficiency when you're taking this product. What does that mean? When you take this product, you're going to more than double the amount of nutrition that you absorb from the food that you're eating. So if you're trying to eat healthily and intentionally, you need to be on this product. The next thing that happens is you're going to start to detox. Your cells are going to start releasing all those toxins. And so sometimes people say, well, when I take Tree NN, I get a headache. And my message to you is keep going, because that's just the sign that your body is detoxing. Drink a lot of water and you'll get over that. You're going to more than double your glandular activity. Your glandular activity, that is your hormonal activity. There's so many hormonal mediated health challenges going on right now. You need your hormones to be functioning at maximum capacity. And there's so many other things, and we hear stories about this product every day and every week. Because when you take Tree NN and you get your cells working correctly, there are so many positive knock-on effects that will go from there. Okay, so your fruits and vegetables. I hope you have eaten your 12 to 14 fruits and vegetables today. Now, just so you don't feel bad, I definitely haven't. I didn't even get close, but that is the reality. The latest nutrition science is saying that human beings need to be eating 12 to 14 portions of fruits and veg every day. Why so many? Now, it used to be 5 a day to keep the doctor away, but it's moved to 12 to 14 because of what we are doing to our fruits and vegetables. We're growing them in soils that are no longer fertile in nutrients. We are picking them before they're ripe. We are cold storing them. We're doing all these funny things to our fruits and vegetables that is degrading the amount of nutrients that they contain. So we have to eat more fruits and vegetables to get the same amount of nutrition that maybe our grandparents got. But the reality is we're actually eating less fruits and vegetables in the modern day diet. Now, why is that killing us? Because fruits and vegetables give us very specific nutrients, which are antioxidant and carotenoid nutrients. Okay, these nutrients are essential because right now, there's 2 things that are causing all the major health challenges, all the chronic diseases. One is inflammation, which I'll touch on in a moment. The other one is oxidization. And your fruits and vegetables give you antioxidant nutrients. So these antioxidant nutrients, they are your cancer fighters. They are your brain protectors. They are your heart and your cardiovascular system protectors. They are your immunity boosters. In fact, this product here will boost your immune system by 37% in 20 days, scientifically proven and guaranteed. And right now, your immunity is your best friend. You need to make sure that your immunity is working at full capacity, because you want to be preventing these chronic diseases. You want to be protecting your heart. And when you are exposed to virus, which you are going to be, if you're breathing, you're going to be exposed to something at some point. You want your immune system kicking in and getting to work and helping your body fight. Okay, so carotenoid complex, one of my favorite products. Again, I think it's something nobody can actually do without. Okay, so what about your proteins? Very quickly on this one, your body is made up of water and protein. We are simple human beings. Water and protein makes up your entire body. And protein plays a role in every function that happens within your body, whether you know it or not. And now every protein molecule has 22 amino acids. And it's very important that you're getting all 22 amino acids, because it's like an alphabet. You have 26 letters in an alphabet, take 10 letters out. How many words would you never be able to spell? Many. And it's the same with protein. Our bodies need all 22 amino acids. And right here, we have something called a NeoLife shake, which is our meal replacement and forms part of our weight management program as well. That's what you wanted to do. And here we have our sports performance protein. The name says it all. Both of these proteins contain all 22 amino acids. In fact, the only protein supplements that I've come across on the market that have all 22 amino acids. These products have all the protein, all the fiber, and all the vitamins and minerals that you would find in a very, very healthy meal. And so just from my experience on this product, about 10 years ago, I lost 10 kilograms on the NeoLife shake. Took me 3 months. And this is my breakfast every single morning. And I don't necessarily take it to lose weight anymore, but I take it as my maintenance program. And I replace my breakfast with this shake. And there's so many other aspects of the shake. From it can be weight management, it can help you control your blood sugar levels. And on top of that, it's just a great source of protein so that your body can do what it has to do. Because if you're not getting a good quality protein, you won't notice it over the next year or even 5 years. But if your body misfires every day because you don't have those 22 amino acids, eventually you're going to run into some sort of challenge. So it's another product that I believe we all need to be on. And then finally, your fats and sugars. Reduce the amount of fats and sugars that you take, that you ingest. And just to get back to that study I spoke about earlier, where a bad diet is 3 times more dangerous than smoking. Now, what were it went on to say that it wasn't so much the bad foods that people were eating that were killing people, it was more the lack of good foods. Okay, and they gave us the top 3 factors for diet-related deaths. The first factor was the lack of whole grain oils. Okay, and that brings us back down to the base of this food pyramid. The second factor was a lack of fruits and vegetables. The third factor was a lack of omega-3 oils. Now, omega-3 is a critical nutrient we all need to be taking. It's good for your brain. If you want to remember your name one day, take omega-3 today. It's good for your heart. It's good for the viscosity of your blood. It's good for your joints. And ladies, if you love your husband, it's good for his prostate too. But the biggest reason why I believe everybody needs to be taking omega-3, it's because it's nature's most powerful anti-inflammatory. Okay, remember, I see the 2 great evils that are happening in the body causing all the chronic diseases we know of: oxidization, which is taken care of by your fruits and vegetables and carotenoid complex, and inflammation. Inflammation is taken care of by omega-3. Okay, so we all have to get our anti-inflammatory index. We have to help our body fight inflammation, this chronic inflammation that we're experiencing. And that is why every single human being needs to be on omega-3. Now, you get omega-3s and you get omega-3s. Ours is quite unique. Number 1, it's cold pressed. Number 2, it's completely pure. We test for over 200 contaminants. We have a tolerance of 0. And number 3, it is the only omega-3 on the planet to contain all 8 omega-3 molecules that make up omega-3. And that's very important, because these molecules, are good for your brain and your heart, but they're absorbed in a chain reaction process. And if you're not eating 3 portions of fatty fish, tuna, mackerel, salmon, anchovy a week, you need to be supplementing. And I don't believe you can supplement with any other omega-3 product, because there is no other omega-3 product in the world that has all 8 of those omega-3 molecules. And so the absorption and the bioavailability of this product is absolutely off the charts. And so just to bring this all home, I've shown you 4 products. One was the tree and grain oils. The second was a carotenoid. The third was the omega-3. And the fourth one was the protein shake. And so the next product I just want to show you is Pro Vitality. And this is my favorite product, because in this box, you have 30 sachets. And in every sachet, there are 4 vitamins. Okay, I hope you can all see that image nice and clearly. That first vitamin is your whole grain oil, is your tree and get your cells working effectively. The second vitamin is your carotenoid complex, your fruits and vegetables. Okay, and so to boost your immunity, to protect your heart, your brain, your cancer fighter. The third one is omega-3, okay, and that is your all-round protector. It's your inflammation fighter. And the fourth one is your multivitamin and mineral. And so through this product, we sort out that food triangle, and we add a shake to it to complete the protein aspect. So you get your whole grains, you get your fruits and vegetables, you get your protein, and you get your omega-3 oil. And that is the most, we call it the breakfast pack, because we believe every single human needs to be taking these products on a daily basis. Because when you give your body what it needs, your body is designed to live with health and vitality. So I hope that makes sense. And I hope that, for you, especially for the guests, I hope that answers a lot of questions. And I went a little bit deep into the products today, and there's so much more that we could talk about. But I want to give you a good understanding, because these products power the NeoLife opportunity, which is what I'm going to talk about now. The NeoLife opportunity. So we, as I mentioned, we can help you with 2 things. Number one, we can help you achieve magnificent health. But the second thing is, we are living not only in a health crisis, we're living in a financial crisis. And I don't know if you've noticed, but the cost of living is going up. Have you noticed that? Petrol, yeah, I know there's all these memes and jokes flying around about the cost of petrol, but it is serious. Petrol goes up, and I heard somebody being interviewed on the radio this morning saying it's predicted that it could go up to 40 Rand a litre. Now, what would you do if it went up to 40 Rand a litre? How would that affect your life? Because I know one thing for certain, when petrol goes up, everything goes up. Give it a day or 2 days max, and your food bill is going up. Cost of living is continuously rising. And so you got to look at, what is your income doing? Is your income keep in line with this cost of living? Or is the cost of living rising quicker than your income? Now, if your cost of living is going up quicker than your income, that means you're going to have a problem. And you got 2 choices. You can either downgrade your lifestyle, so drive a smaller car, you can live in a smaller home, you can not go so far away on holiday, or you can start borrowing money and going into debt. Okay. Or the third option is you can find another way to add a stream of income or revenue to what you do on a weekly and monthly basis to counteract what is going on. So there's a rising cost of living, and there's also a massive job problem right now. You know, there are over 7 million people actively seeking employment in South Africa, not to mention those that have given up. And there are only going to be 300,000 jobs created this year. Of the 450,000 matriculants that left school last year, something crazy like 30 or 50,000 of them are going to find jobs. So we have a challenge, and I know the answer to this challenge. Entrepreneurship is the answer to this challenge. The little saying, if you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Now, if you teach him how to fish, he's going to eat for life. And that is what entrepreneurship is all about, is teaching people how to generate an income for themselves that nobody can take away from them, that is resilient against what goes on in the economy, and that they are in control of. If they need to make more money, they can make more money. And that is where the NeoLife opportunity is perfectly positioned, because for most entrepreneurial businesses, there's a high risk factor. On average, you're going to need about 700,000 Rand in a traditional entrepreneurial business to survive the first 12 months. And NeoLife steps in, and NeoLife has a goal to empower people into business for themselves, but not by themselves. We give you all the support, and to also empower you into business at a low point of entry. So I can help you start a business tonight for 720 Rand. Yes, we have other options, but that is our starting option. And that is a business that you can build in over 50 countries around the world. That is a business where we don't look at your race, we don't look at your age, we don't look at your education, we don't look at your past experience. No matter who you are, we will give you access to our incredible product range that drives this business. No matter who you are, we will give you a free and fair opportunity to join this business and to make a success of this business. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So let me get back to my PowerPoint presentation. So if you want to improve your health and you're a guest on this call, just use the products, get onto the products and use the products and achieve that goal. But if you're here tonight and you're saying, hey, I could use some more money for whatever reason it is, I could really use an additional stream of income to educate my kids, to look after me in retirement, to drive a better car, to help me get by every month. Get this, right now in South Africa, nearly 60% of middle income South Africans, about 60%, spend their entire salary within 5 days of getting paid. Okay, so you might be on the call tonight saying, I'm working as hard as I know how, but man, I just can't make ends meet. Good, I've got something for you. Okay, so to make this business work, there's 3 things that you're gonna have to do. And we call these the 3 daily success habits, because your habits will define your future. We're not selling you magic beans here. We are showing you a business opportunity, and it is going to require some effort and some work on your side. And what is the work? Number 1, we want you to use the product. We want you to become a product of the product. We want you to build up this immense believability in the product because you use it and you felt the benefits of the product. The second thing we want you to do is to be able to go and share the product and the opportunity with other people. Talk to other people about your product. Talk to other people about your opportunity. And I'm going to show you how to do that in a moment. And the third thing we want you to do is we want you to develop yourself personally, because we are in the business of adding value into the lives of other people. And the more valuable you become, the more value you can deliver and you can give to other people. So it all begins with you. Okay, you are hands down the most important person in this equation. In fact, you're the only common denominator in this equation, or only differential that will cause this business to work or not to work. And what I suggest you do is you form a business partnership with this company called NeoLife. You don't work for NeoLife. NeoLife has a job to do. They produce your products. They pay a team of scientists around the world millions of dollars every year to research, develop, and manufacture products that work. Products that are the best of the kind in the world. That's what they do. The second thing they do, they give you technology. So you could sign up online tonight and immediately you make payment online. You will get your own distributor website, a website that you can do business across the country in, a website that you can do business through over 50 countries around the world through your website, and you get it instantly. You'll get access to your mobile phone app. And so you can place orders to customers, to yourself. You can manage your business all around the world just from your cell phone. And NeoLife takes care of all your business administration, your training and development. Get this, when you join us, you plug into a site called NeoLife University. And in NeoLife University, you get trained by scientists in our products. So you can increase, we spoke about personal development. You can increase your skill and develop yourself. So that's what the first thing is. You join NeoLife, okay? Commit to becoming a distributor. And now I'm going to show you how you can build $1 million business just through this one product. Okay, we've got 100 products in our range, but just through this one product, Pro Vitality. We want you to use this product. It could be any product, but I'm just going to use Pro Vitality as an example here. You might choose Train N, you might choose the Shake or the Home Care, but in this example, I'm only going to use this one product. So we want you to use this and fall in love with it. The second thing you've got to do is you've got to share the product and the opportunity. Remember, I spoke about that. And now we want you to go and find 6 customers. These are not customers. You're not going to knock on people's doors saying, hey, I've got product. You want to buy our product? No, you're going to find people that you know, friends, relatives, neighbors, acquaintances, your hairdresser, your lawyer, your accountant, your kids' teachers. And I know some of them are going to be lacking energy. When you talk to them, they go, oh, I've got no energy, I'm so tired. Some of them are going to want to lose weight. Some of them have health goals they want to achieve. Some of them have health challenges they want to overcome. Whatever it is, you're going to find the need, and you're going to say, hey, Mary, last week you mentioned that to me. I believe I've got a product which could solve that problem. Hey, John, last week you told me how tired you were every day. I've got a product that can solve that problem. Let's talk. And you invite them to a nutrition talk, or through your phone app, you send them some information. And we want you to find 6 customers. So when you are using One Pro Vitality and you have 6 customers, you'll have a business doing 250 points. Okay, because you're using 6, you're selling 6, you're using 1, that's 7. 7 boxes of Pro Vitality will give you a business doing 250 points. A business of that size will give you 1,000 Rand in your profit and your NeoLife bonuses. It's not a lot of money, but you can do this in the first week or first month of joining NeoLife. And get this, you've made your first 1,000 Rand profit. You've recouped your business investment. You've got your product for free. Hey, you're on the path to success. Now, the average stat shows us that the traditional businesses are taking 5 years before they even break even. That's if they last. I've just shown you a way that you can make an extra 1,000 Rand in your first week or first month in the business. Step 2, you're going to share the opportunity. You're going to find 3 people, a friend, a relative, a neighbor. Doesn't matter who they are, but 3 people that have a desire to improve their future, that have a financial goal or need that they want to achieve. And you're going to say, hey, friend, you told me that you want enough money to take your family on a nice holiday every year. I've got a way that you can make an extra 100,000 Rand a year. Would that help you? Hey, relative, you told me that you are frustrated because you're about to be made redundant and you're fearful for the future. I've got a way that you can secure your future. Let's talk. Hey, neighbor, I know you are one of the most ambitious people I know. I know you would be interested in finding a way that you could make more money. Let's talk. Whatever it is, you find people that have more than just a need for our product, people that have a financial goal or need, and you introduce them to the NeoLife opportunity. And sure, you might need to talk to 20 people to find 3 people, but we're in business. We do what we have to do. And you get them to duplicate what you've done. You get them to use a Pro Vitality, and you get them to find 6 customers. Okay, anybody can do that. And so they are now making 1,000 Rand just like you, and your business is doing 250, 500, 750, 1,000 points. And so you're going to make yourself 1,800 Rand, nearly 2,000 Rand in profits and bonuses a month. Hey, not a lot of money, but you're on the path to success. 2,000 Rand is, would make a big difference to most households in this country right now. Let's take it a step further. You work with your 3 distributors and help them to duplicate the process and find their 3. And their 3 do nothing magical. They just use the product, use the Pro Vitality, find the 6 customers and repeat the system. And that would make, so they have a business doing 1,000 points each, earning 1,800 to 2,000 Rand each. And your business is now doing 4,000 points, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 points. Hey, you become what we call a director, and you'll start making yourself an extra 10,000 Rand every single month. That's exponentially grown. That's going to give you 120,000 Rand in your pocket every single year. Would that help? Now, I know for many households, this could be a game changer, but it is only the beginning. Let's say you help your 3 people become directors. So they are also earning 10,000 Rand a month. So you're uplifting other people. And that's what this country needs right now, is it needs people to help other people and uplift other people. So they're earning some good money. And if you're a director and you have 3 directors in your organization, you step up onto the world team, and man, you earn yourself anywhere between 15 to 50,000 Rand every single month. And just finally, what happens? What if in the fullness of time, you found another 3 directors? So you had 6 directors in total. You would step up onto the president's team. As a president's team member, you're going to earn a 6-figure income. In fact, you're going to earn an extra 90 to 110,000 Rand per month. It can get much, much bigger than that. You get to travel internationally every year with the company. There's lifestyle, there's luxury, We have a lot of fun together, but you only get to president's team when you help enough other people step up and become directors. So I hope I have explained this business in the simple possible form. This is just an example. You could use any products to do this, but we are passionate about it because we've seen people that have never finished school succeed in this business. We've seen people who are professionals, doctors, accountants, lawyers who have succeeded in this business, and everything in between. We offer you the same product. We offer you the same compensation plan. It's you who gets to decide what to do with it. So I want to just bring our guest speaker onto the call tonight. If you just turn your video on for me, and so I can introduce you.
Which I have.
I'm very excited about that. Okay, 1 second.
Can you see it?
There we are. Okay, so we look alike, man. That is because this is a father and son combination. Something I didn't mention in my presentation is that we offer a generational opportunity. And 48 years ago, this man on my right, maybe your left, Rory McDermid, my father and my mother, Nola, were introduced to this business, very similar to what I spoke about tonight. And they had the courage to take a step of faith. And that step of faith changed the course of our family for generations to come. And I asked him, I've learned so much from him and my mom in this business. And I grew up watching them empower so many other people. And I saw this business bring so much purpose into their lives and into our family. So I just asked them to join me this evening, our 4-diamond director, Rory McDermid, just to close off tonight. Welcome, Pops.
Thank you, Drew. Thanks very much indeed. Well, good evening, everyone. And it's such a pleasure to be able to speak to you this evening. And before we start, I just want to thank Drew, my son, for doing what I call a brilliant or compelling business presentation. You know, I was sitting thinking here, if I was a new person looking at this business for the first time, there's no question of doubt that is compelling. Now, what I want to say is in life, nothing of value in life is easy. So don't expect you to walk into this business and it all just falls out of the sky. Nothing of value in life is easy. It takes effort, it takes focus, it takes dedication. And so that's the sort of business that we have. But the beautiful thing about it is I have seen in the last 4 decades, well, let me give you a bit of my background. I joined this business at a critical time in my life, you know, and we were going through huge challenges. I had been working in the corporate world, and I realized I didn't want to work for a boss for the rest of my life. And so I had just started off my own little business. So I resigned from my job. I poured every last cent I had into buying equipment and getting the business started. So we had just started. And so I was hardly earning an income in those days. And one of my customers, a very successful businessman, said to me, "Rory, you're ambitious. Are you wanting to make some more money?" And I said, "Of course." And he showed me this business, and we joined way back in 1974. And I look back on that day as being a day that turned my life around, because it was that day, it didn't all just fall from the sky straight afterwards. It was the starting point of a journey. And if you're looking at the business for the first time tonight, you are actually commencing a journey. And I ask you a question: over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 10 years, where would you like to be in life? And so ask yourself a critical question. Doing what you're doing now, will you ever have the wealth that you seek? And I mentioned wealth. I also want to mention that I've found out over time that success does not mean money in the bank. And most people think, oh, if you've got money in the bank, you're successful. No, not at all. Success is far bigger than that. I think it's mental, it's physical, it's spiritual, it's social and family, and finally financial. So you've got to get that in balance if you're going to get anywhere in life. So NeoLife came into our life. We started on a part-time basis. And for the first 6 years, I was actually part-time because I was trying to get my other business off the ground. It came to a point where my accountant said to me, "Oh, by the way, Rory, your little part-time business is doubling the profits of your full-time income." So that was at a time where Nola and I took a decision that we got rid of the full-time business, and we focused on this business ever since. And believe me, it has been a wonderful, wonderful experience. It's changed us as people. It's given us a totally different thought pattern. We are positive thinkers. It's made us a very healthy family. It's made us a wealthy family. It's given us travel. I can't tell you the numerous times we've traveled around the world to destinations which are just unbelievable. And, you know, if it can happen to me and Nola, I don't see any reason why it shouldn't have happened to you as well. So that's just a little bit of background. So I think tonight's talk has been so comprehensive. Drew covered some of the product. Remember that there's 100 products in the range. So he's just touched on 3 or 4 tonight. So it's a question of changing your buying habits from supermarkets and pharmacies to your own business, supporting your own business. That's such a critical thing. It's a habit that you've got to develop. And, you know, when you look at habits, you know, habits is a routine or behavior that is performed regularly and automatically, okay? So consistent habits lead to consistent results and ultimately pay off if they're consistent. So, you know, for things to change, you've got to change, because if you keep doing your same old habits day in and day out, you're going to end up with the same result. So with better habits, anything becomes possible. And, you know, this type of business was so far off my radar. I had no experience. I had no idea how it was going to work. In fact, in those days, it was a lot harder than it is today because there was no credibility. The industry was in its infancy. The company was hardly known. I had no credibility. But with changing our habits, and the 3 habits Drew gave you, change your buying habits, okay? Recommend those products to people. And then the third one is to grow as an individual. You don't know where you can end up in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. It is a life-changing, life-transforming experience. So I can tell you tonight with total conviction that the business itself works. The question tonight is, do you want to do it? And are you going to be prepared to grow and learn how to do it? Change your habits. It's as simple as that. So in closing tonight, what I'd like to do is I want to steer you back to the person who thought enough about you tonight to invite you onto this program. I'd thank him for a start, because I thank my sponsor every day. That man turned my entire life around. He showed us a business and he gave us the support we needed, and the support from NeoLife made a change. So get back to that person tonight. He will suggest that you start by becoming what we call a distributor. Drew mentioned it's a kit which you need to invest in, 700 to 1,000 Rand. That's the price of a pair of pretty average shoes today. So you'd get onto his website, purchase a kit. And by the way, you know, I say purchase a kit. I am staggered at the amount of people in this world today who cannot find 1,000 Rand, you know. So they say, well, I'd love to do it, but I haven't got the money, so I can't do it. That's weak. You've got to get strong. If you haven't got the money now, you are in trouble. What are you going to do about it? I suggest you go out and raise the money. Even if you have to speak to 10 people for $100 each, do that and pay them back. But make that decision, find the investment capital, link tonight. You know, action is required. So often people say, oh, I'd love to do it. And then they go into, I'll think about it mode. And they think about it, and they think about it, and they forget about it. And the opportunity passes them by. Don't make that critical mistake. So many people fall into that category. Make a decision and have the character to stand by that decision and do what you're asked to do and get the habits right. And in the fullness of time, you'll totally change your life. And the exciting thing is the destiny of your family's life. One of the great things in this business, you can pass the business on generation to generation. NeoLife has been going for over 64 years. There are some families that have passed the business down 3rd generation. What an incredible opportunity. The little saying that a man should use his life so the good of his life outlives his life. That's exactly what it's all about. If you can build a substantial financial income that is seedable to the next generation, you have done so well and set your family up right. I don't know of a finer opportunity. I know there are many opportunities out there. They are all risky, and the chances are you'll get into them, lose money, and 2 years later be worse off than you are today. I'm suggesting tonight, have the faith to try. Have the courage or guts to do it. Don't worry about what anyone else says. What you're doing is good, and it's changing lives. So get back to the person who invited you down tonight, get the information you need, get your questions answered, and have the courage to try. So from us all here, we just wish you well, especially the new guests with us this evening. It's a critical decision. It's a life-transforming decision. It's one that you cannot afford to delay on any further. So take action tonight and make sure it's massive action, consistent action. And over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, who knows where you're going to be. Thank you for coming, and thank you for listening. Good night, and God bless you. Thank you.